a hell of a close game. We do have an oddball on live fire in the middle of this series. So I still think, you know, the lads haven't had a lot of time to work together. They are a recently formed team, but they've had a bit of time maybe to pick things up, pick up the coordination. I think this could kind of unexpectedly be very close. You also got to give some credit to the fact that lads are top 3 once again. I mean, what happened to Quadrant? You know, Mockit also beaten Quadrant. I think the lads taken Mockit as well to get to this spot. So a hell of a journey for them. And I think we might have another show on our hands.
Back out, and if the rest of the team off spawn can get slays, then that flag can very quickly travel to the other side of the base right. If you can actually get a direct route. Most teams are going to be running the flag car side or needle side, basically opposite to the pump side, whatever you call it nowadays, because you get more protection when you are running that flag, and you can also curb slide down on those stairs, and it can really project you quite far with the flag.
Let's see what they do. On board with Jimbo. We talked about NaVi in the series they just had. Does that give them momentum into this one? Only one way to find out. He'll get the kill on the Morguh, but that's Quad and Qristola with 2 kills to pick it up. Quad walks away with the camo because of it. Shots into Kimbo, and hopefully he'll take the fighter at the very least back off. We'll see what he can do with the camo.
It is worth mentioning that this was one of NaVi's better game types on LAN. When it came to Rally, they performed very well in Aquarius CTF. It is a game type that really suits to their playstyle because you can play it very structurally, you can play it methodically, and you can change the pace when you want to. You can either slow it down or you can speed it up, and I think NaVi really enjoy that, as the early flag does get pulled, but it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere just this time.
Oh, well, it happens. We got defense on NaVi's base. It looks like Foxy does take the kill, so an opportunity for Jimbo and team to move up and hopefully win this fight. My God, Quad will get knocked out of that one. Jimbo will pull away. He's got a teammate with him on that right-hand side, so they're going to rotate through. And a little bit of pressure for NaVi onto the base of the lads. That's 2 kills on the feed, make it 3 as well. So clean opening for Jimbo, and look how he immediately takes the flag to the perimeter. His last thing he wants is to get picked off early. Teammate there to escort him as well. It's a perfect opportunity here.
And this is what I was saying about running it car side as well, running it through that utility. Yep. Sometimes you can go low, you can go towards the stairs, but they're taking the connector route because they had enough slays, they had enough map control that they felt that it was the safest and quickest route that they could go for. Let's just have to bide his time a little bit, wait for his shields, and then I imagine NaVi can train this one in. As long as someone is there to pop this one in. If he doesn't get it doesn't matter. Jimbo just about staying alive. Sometimes when you are online, you do stay alive that little bit longer. Would he have survived on LAN? Hey, I'm not going to speculate. You never know. But all that matters is NaVi, they're 1-0 up.
I think what matters more is the trades that went down afterwards, right? NaVi did a good job of trading out kills and making sure that there was no immediate retaliation here. Instead, it's the opposite, right? NaVi's still putting pressure on the lads. Lads trying to break out of base and just get the center. Got the camo sitting up top, but the flag out once again. That was a curb slide toss as well. Foxy took it straight out to bottom center. He's got a competitor out front, but he won't last long. That's Qristola now down, and potentially a second flag, assuming he can pick it up and toss it a couple more times. Bit of a rough fumble.
Yeah, that's going to be a fumble that could cost him a flag cap. If he holds that there, gets it a little bit further, I'd argue that could have been 2-0 if, you know, it's in a more grabbable spot, should I say. But Kimbo does have camo, trying to make a play, but get hit by grenades. And that's going to mean he's going to have to back off and maybe leave this flag. He's got one last chance to go for it. Does get spotted out. And this is going to be a return. So NaVi arguably could have been 2-0 up there. A little bit of a fumble allows lads back into the game.
Very unfortunate fumble, because look what it's created. On top of the focus that they had to place on that flag out bottom center, losing resources for it has just given the lads an opportunity to pull a counter. They got the flag up top. Flag pulled opposite side, so bit of a standoff opportunity. But I love this play at a Quad to just wrap all the way around, come back for the flag, picks up a kill as he does it. Qristola there to collect it. Take it a little farther here. Morguh with a kill on the Respectful. That flag didn't get very far. Jimbo, last line of defense. And what a defense that was. Can he stay up, though? Flag's still going.
This is where you've got to get the flag as far as possible. Jimbo eventually goes down, but he's managed to buy time. He's allowed the rest of the team to push up, grab a flag of their own, and make sure the lads can't put this one in. So it's going to be a flag standoff. Sxptiq having a little 1v1 does have to ensure he calls this one out to the team, because Kimbo's being a real nuisance, and he manages to get his shields back, but thankfully Sxptiq holds his own and holds his ground. But now in a flag standoff situation, it's very difficult to know what to do. Do you get aggressive? Do you kind of turtle up, wait for the other team to push, get a kill, and then push? But it looks like Sxptiq gets the first. The lads have got the player advantage temporarily. They're looking to try and get a re here, but look, there's Foxy. He's pushing.
Morguh playing this very safe. Like you said, Foxy coming to push. We'll see if he catches him. Gonna try to hold on in the fridge here. Foxy. No, I love the timing of that challenge, though. Gets in while he's weak. Easy opportunity to sit on the flag, but he's got to stay up. Teammate there to collect some time to get the return as well, but they both die. They'll slide and pick it up. Qristola just, no, it was Quad who collected the flag, and that was a massive save. That might turn into a cap. Flag out front still, so there's still contention. They got to dive on the return, but I don't think anyone's in position. NaVi is, wait. Okay, they got it. Despite the attempt at a NaVi, lads, they just clutched that up.
2 NaVi players there to return it. Foxy just stepping out of that return ever so slightly because the grenades were coming in. Perhaps if he had held his ground, maybe just ate a nade, that Re could have come through. Very fine margins really demonstrated here in the early stages of map number 1. The Foxy fumble or the Foxy fumble, whichever way you want to say it. And also then that situation of just not sitting on the grenade, not getting that return, means the lads are tied up here 1-1, which what could have been a 2-0 for NaVi at one point. So this is going to go down to the wire, I feel.
Yeah. Quite a saving grace out of the lads. And we'll see if there's any more of them coming up here. 2Foxy does spot one. It's Morguh above him. Morguh with a heat wave, and you can see how quickly you can just get that shot out melee just for the instant trade. Kimbo's turn to do some damage. Unfortunately for him, that's 2 reticles trained on him. They'll take him. Quad will get up the top map. Got a teammate in tow. Jimbo out below him. Can he get there in time? He can. Nice little collapse here, too. Multiple dead on the feed as they dive up into the base. And lads, pressure is on. Respectful dead, too. Flag out the center. And already pressure onto spawns as well. The lads, they have picked up momentum. The ball is a-rolling here, Gaskin.
All were dead for NaVi, and the lads just collapsed onto utility. They forced the spawns there as well by pushing the pink side. It's always risky giving that util spawn because it's such a priority area as the car side, but that's going to be 2-1. I thought the flag was going to get tossed out for a second, but just about keeps it on, and the lads take the lead, and NaVi, they need to respond.
Qristola making me nervous with all the movement he's doing here, missing the clambers and almost tossing the flag off. He's still okay. And I like that slide for aggression onto Jimbo, though. Unfortunately, Jimbo going to play the geometry pretty well there. Got a teammate with him for a nice little 2v1. 2Foxy going to back up, try to hold onto the camo. He's lost Jimbo. Morguh quad, take those. And a back smack out of nowhere. I didn't hear him. And it looks like 2Foxy didn't either. That's multiple dead as the lads continue to find ways to escape by.
They've got car side again, they've got control of util, so it's going to be the same collapse, but there's a few more players they have to deal with this time. Qristola gets the opener, Aquarius gets one as well, and this flag is going to move. If Foxy falls, this could be another cap, because that's 3 dead. You just got to let your shields recharge here. Look for the spawns, and that's all 4 down. Where is the last player, though? Where did Respectful spawn? If he spawned Fridge, this is a cap. This is going to be 3-1.
Coming into this series, I said that the only answer, or what lads need to pick up is just objective efficiency, but apparently they did that because things looking beautiful on the side of objective play here. Lads, 3 caps in a row, unanswered by NaVi. And NaVi going to have to find an answer very soon to stop this momentum here. Sxptiq just going to lock things down from above. That's Morguh with a kill. 2Foxy or Kimbo does trade it, but is that enough at this point? As lads seem to continue to just pull away.
2 players down for NaVi again. So the lads are doing really well to trade out kills here. When it looks like NaVi are gaining a little bit of momentum and they're getting a little bit of map control, the lads are always in a position to at least do enough damage so that the spawners can get those kills and finish off the frags that maybe would have got away typically in other games. I will say that NaVi have controlled car side enough to keep getting the dynamo grenades, but haven't necessarily had the ability to use them to their full effect. They're up every 30 seconds on a dynamo nade, so they can be really used to their advantage. They can be so detrimental to another team if you're consistently sizzling them in the base. But the lads have done far better at collapsing once they've been able to get NaVi on spawn. And as you say, their objective efficiency has been top-notch.
It's that timing of the slays, right? Getting all 4 dead. Perfect opportunity they create for themselves as a thrust on the floor. He'll come back and collect it, of course. Qristola going to jump back up. Perfect timing on a Jimbo. Jimbo going to be a hard target. Respectful replaces him, but Qristola doing what he can to take multiple fights. That's a camo down above there. We'll see if somebody drops on it. Jimbo with a flank, well, I say it, through the closet in a great vantage point. Kimbo picks it up, too. Randy Ney going to fly straight up into his face, but he's not worried about it. What a beautiful little turn of events here for NaVi as they get up into the base. This is a flag opportunity. You can see the lads are trying to overextend to try to get a counter and play, but NaVi, they got some progress here.
They've got it into their util, so that's at least job number 1 done. You've got to be careful for grenades, though, in this position, and Foxy knows that, so he's taking a slightly different route, but the flag is vulnerable there. A couple of players from NaVi are down, and here comes the lads squadron. Got to win that engagement. A massive trade. 2 kills, though, for NaVi. Is anyone there to get the re for the lads? Kimbo? It looks like Foxy trying to do what he can from a distance.
It's just not enough. Kimbo gets on, collects the flag. Foxy there to pick it up as well. Shots in his back as he tries to... Oh, he knows somebody's behind him, but he lost his life trying to jump back. Their flag now pulled. Jimbo gets a huge win to keep the flag in play. And can he stay up, though? Nade's just flying into the base left and right. Flag still sits out front. They got to get bodies on it. Jimbo can't afford to leave this spot. Got the heat wave in hand, too. Shots from his right-hand side. Kimbo with a big pickup. And they dive on the return. It looks like they do have timing for it. One last slide to stop it. I don't think it's enough. NaVi should be walking away with 2 flags finally.
Was that necessary from Qristola to go for the desperate touch? Because realistically, if he touches it anyway, he dies. 2 of his teammates are dead. Probably going to get the re. I would have rather see Quad maybe take map positioning there, wait for the rest of the team so that they could at least control things after the cap has happened. But alas, it doesn't matter too much because off the spawn, the lads have been able to get some frags. They're still controlling this car side. Qristola now into the enemy util with the heat wave as well. So he's going to be deadly. He can really make a difference here. Just pulling the flag to draw the attention from NaVi back to the base. But now he's got to hit some shots.
Oh, what a convenient opportunity for him as he jumps back. And what did I just witness? Guys, that was sus. All I can say.
That looks like, usually when that's happening and someone's running a straight line, I'm thinking either A, they've disconnected, or B, they are not concentrating. And there we go, respectful out of the game. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a restart, and we'll see what happens in terms of scoreline as the lads do capitalize from that disconnect. And we'll restart this one, as I'm sure the players will be ready to do so. Anyway, 4-2 is what it looks like at the moment. It may be 3-2 when we restart it with just a couple of minutes left. But what I will say, Shyway, is I'm so impressed with how the lads have come into this series. I was thinking that, you know, after what happened last week and considering the lads struggled in winners bracket round 1 today, maybe there's just too many flaws for them to actually overcome NaVi. But they are demonstrating that they actually are on the same level, if not better than NaVi right now with how they performed in the start of game 1 there. So we're getting confirmation that it was 3-2 to the lads. The lads need 2 flags to win. NaVi need 3 flags to win. There's only 2 minutes left to play. So there we go.
Love to hear it. It means we got some game left to go. Let's see. On board with respectful and, you know, how fitting considering he was the man who lagged out previously. Let's see what he does this time around. For the second lease on life, unfortunately loses it to Quadios and Qristola. Going to tag team their way up through the right-hand side. Shots into Kimbo as well, who will back down. But early pressure out of the lads.
Well, they can play this 2 ways. They can play it defensive. 1 minute 30 just to slay. Keep your flag cap advantage. You win map 1. Or sometimes the best form of defense is actually offense. You get in your opposition's base. You pull that flag. You make them consistently come back. But it's NaVi running a flag with 2 players down. Foxy trying to be sneaky here. Just trying to get into a position where his team spawns and he can maybe get some help.
What I'm wondering at this point is if NaVi caps the flag in 2 minutes and they're up, wouldn't it would normally go to no overtime, but not the scoreboard does not display that. So
they'll just have to reset it and start with 5 minutes. It'll be a forced manual overtime, I'm sure.
Okay, we'll see if we get there. Of course, quite a brawl over this flag as it sits down still in play. Foxy brings his back to the base, so they got that one set up. Return does not come through just yet, though. Defense coming out of lads to try to keep that up. Lads do have the flag in base. Flag opposite side for NaVi. Still fighting over it. That's 3 dead, though. As they dive into the base here, this might be an easy return. It is, definitely.
Should be. Will be. 30 seconds left, and it's going to be a flag cap going in favor of NaVi and another flag pull, may I add. The lads on the ropes, and we could potentially see back-to-back flag caps for NaVi if the lads can't stop this run.
They can do this in 20 seconds. They can avoid the overtime. We'll see it. Beautiful slide of Jimbo across the entire map. Try to get the center, keep the pressure up here. We'll take Qristola. Flag still out, but it doesn't look like they have enough time to bring it farther. Sudden death will not trigger because they're in the lead. It's a bit of an interesting situation that we've landed in here. It looks like we're definitely going to overtime.
We are going to go to overtime. As you say, it is an interesting situation because the sudden death doesn't actually trigger, but you know, it's just going to have to be the situation now. We manually reset it, it goes to overtime, and they'll play 5 minutes. It's as simple as that. We don't need to look into it further. It's a shame, but you know, sometimes that's going to happen when there are disconnects and when there's internet problems and whatnot. It's online, stuff happens.
Expect somebody to collect it as quickly as possible. We'll see who risks going for that camo early on. Of course, if you can pick up slays first, a huge advantage. So on board with Jimbo to see what he does. He's immediately going to try to rotate through here, take advanced positioning. Spots Qristola across map. Teammate actually under the map as well. So NaVi going very aggressive to start here. Multiple trades. on the feed. Qristola's already made it to base. Huge win at a Kimbo on top mid. Spins and takes 2 somehow. And that's huge for Kimbo because the flag is already out. And this might be the cap already, Gaskin.
I mean, Kimbo got 2 kills, but Qristola has snuck into the base. He's got the flag. He's got it all the way back. They trade this one in, and they win this map number 1. 3 members go in, and the third does put it in for the lads. They were all there, 1, 2, 3, 4, ready to just slide onto that flag. Qristola steals it right from under the nose of NaVi, and map 1 going to the lads. Wow. I'd expect a player like Qristola to be more than capable of playing that anchor role. And what I mean by that is someone who is going to sit in windows, someone who's going to sit in trees, someone who's going to sit in bar and just deal damage and just give info to the rest of the team, provide that assistance that you so desperately need sometimes to get map control, to get the overshield, to get the grapple, whatever you may want. So that for me is going to be where I'm focusing, where I'm looking at who's going to be playing those kind of controlling roles from a distance.
Oh, we are on board with Qristola. And looks like he's moving quick to start things off. Beautiful little strat there, by the way. Hits the curb slide, they clamber, and then rockets in. Oh. And somehow doesn't get the kill.
What?
What? Okay. Oh, hold up. And then a back smack in at a Sxptiq to, at the very least, turn a trade. But man, what did I witness?
I mean, I think some of these rockets fire marshmallows at times. It has to be said. I know that I was saying to Clutch, can we go back and look at these rockets again? Because sometimes it feels like it's firing something different. In other Halo games, that's a rocket kill every day of the week. It does seem like sometimes if you don't hit them pretty much bang on, then it does just deal enough damage to crack their shields rather than getting the kill. Doesn't matter too much for the lads in the end because at least Sxptiq's got the second rocket here. We'll see whether he can do anything with it.
I don't know about you guys, Kim, but whenever I have rockets, I shoot them cross map and I die from the splash damage somehow. So I don't know. It's like the opposite. Oh, there we go. There's a nice little display. Sxptiq picks up one from below. 6-3 here on the board, and you can't miss the Mangler. Got to have that one in the back pocket. So Sxptiq going to lock onto it for now. Quad and Qristola with 2 on the feed. And a great opening they've created. They now got center map. They can start to get into position as long as they check their corners in advance. A nice pickup onto Kimbo. Looks like the aggression is on. Maybe a little too much aggression.
Yeah, I mean, Sxptiq, I think, a slightly overzealous. Maybe thought he would have a nice flank, but NaVi were just there and waiting, and the pre-nades sometimes are going to be so difficult to play against, as NaVi knew that there was the potential someone could be there. Their trade does come through from Foxy, 10-9, so a close start from these teams, as in 18 seconds we are going to see some juicy weapons coming up on the field.
Not the juiciest of nades, though, across the map there. Didn't quite reach Quad. Quad gonna lock things down from the pillar. You can see he's under a lot of pressure. Kimbo in a rough spot, though, but still making it work. Picks up one, getting tagged up from Mangler bottom mid, so Kimbo gonna dive back in, but Qristola with the cheeky challenge. My God, what a double he pulls out. He'll slide in. Should have kept the Mangler in hand. That would have been a one-shot beatdown, but either way, he did the damage.
Most importantly, he did the damage on the player who was trying to pick up the overshield. NaVi weren't able to crack that one into their chest. It was lads who then got control of the OV. It was Morguh in the end who picked it up. They managed to transition to a 14-12 lead. Overshield is going to be, majority of it's depleted. Spots out Jimbo. And Sxptiq's on the flank here. They should be able to collapse and get a free kill. They will. And now it's a 4 versus 3. So if you're the lads here, you take advantage of the player advantage you've got. You push in for these kills.
And if you're too foxy, you take all the kills somehow by yourself. Unless 2 of them fly in your face. Oh, that's a triple. I don't know how he just netted that much carnage off of that one position on the map. There's nothing special about that spot on the map there, but he got a triple off of it. I mean, you know, credit to 2 Foxy for being cracked, Gaskin.
Just really good game knowledge from Foxy. Pre-nading has been something that's allowed him to get multiple kills already so far in this game, but he does still find himself behind with NaVi. Foxy with 8 kills, but now with it tied up at 18-18, Foxy needs to making sure everyone else on the team's getting kills, as that rocket also doesn't manage to connect and also doesn't provide a kill. And the lads come out on top with 3 kills in a row, make it 4 kills, all 4 down for NaVi, a 4-kill advantage. Rockets in the hands of the lads. And Jimbo's going to be asking, well, what happened to my rocket?
Lads with a 3rd big opening off of this, though. No spawners on this side of the map, but Sxptiq just being extra careful. Last thing he needs is a flank. Teammates out in center still. He can lock things down from Rocket side. You can see NaVi playing it slow off the base. They don't want to get picked off here. 22-18. It's a slight lead, but it could be extended with the Rockets in hand here. Sxptiq. That one works.
Yeah,
that one's from quite a distance.
Like, it seems like no one else is.
Rockets are better. yeah, right. Oh, and so is his BR, apparently, too.
26 to 19, and the lads are really demonstrating what they're made of here. They are here to make a statement. I was speaking to Morguh after the tournament last week, and he said, we should have beaten Ascend. Not only should we have got top 2, we could have won the entire tournament. So there's definitely words to be said about how the lads performed last week, and they're trying to one-up themselves with the performance here.
I do like the fact that the Mangler is a 2-shot post shield break, so it's so difficult in those situations. If they break the distance, he needs to land a headshot or 2 body shots, and if he doesn't, he's just screwed to the BR. So he dies because of it. Kimbo with the shotgun now, getting blasted from above. I don't know how he got picked off so quickly, but he did. Gonna drop the shotgun because of it. Qristola out center, Morguh up in the locker above him. So some good positioning for lads here as they continue to lead. That lead, by the way, extended quite a bit. 10 kill advantage. Nice little weapon drop combo at a Qristola who leaves the Mangler behind. He had no time for it.
The lads really taking full advantage of these Manglers. Yeah. Foxy's going to take that fight every day of the week because he's confident right now. 10 kills. Qristola, though, was also feeling himself a little bit, but 11 kill, 12 kill advantage. This one's starting to run away from NaVi. They really need to get all 4 dead of the lads and control the middle of the map, push them back into an opposition, into their base, and then say, look, let's collapse when we get the kills. But they just haven't been able to slow it down enough. The lads have been relentless with their pushes.
Yeah, they have way more presence on the map here. They're pushing together. They're just dominating center. And you can see it on screen. I mean, all 3 of them up in center as they just tag bodies left and right here. Nice little dive out through the treehouse to try to disrupt things from that player on NaVi, but it just wasn't enough. Respectful going to try to chip in, but the cross-map shots at a Sxptiq. This man's not missing. He's locking it down from the garbage truck. He's got his teammates already applying pressure to spawns. A slightly whiffed melee will give Jimbo a second lease on life, but that's just not enough at this point. 41, 42 and counting. They need an answer. I think it might be curtains for game 2.
It could be. If NaVi don't manage to get, Overshield here, potentially the next Rockets as well, they're going to be out because Rockets and Overshield both pop at the same time at this point of the game. Qristola's down, so is Quadio, so NaVi, this is their opportunity. 10 kills down, but they've got all of the goodies. They've got the map control. The lads are naturally going to turtle up a little bit. 34 to 42, it's an 8-kill game. It's still winnable.
Qristola alone, they got to chase that man down, get rid of him quick, and it ends up being a trade, so big out of him. What did they do with the Rockets? This is the impact opportunity for Kimbo here. He does not want to give himself up, though, too easily. Trying to play it slow. Teammates providing cover fire. And he burns the rocket into BR. A little scary. Don't get either. What is going on with the NaVi Rockets today, Gaskin? They ain't working. If anything, he might as well just leave them. Burn him, shoot him in a wall.
They were bad Rockets. I mean, maybe in another Halo game they might have got... Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, the NaVi Rockets just haven't got kills today. They have not been able to achieve what they should have. Guaranteed 2 kills in most players' hands, but it hasn't happened there for Kimbo. That is definitely a miss. That was really an opportunity to get back into the game, and the lads now, they're going to capitalize on it.
I think they needed to slap the EU skin on the Rockets. Unfortunately, they don't make that yet. I think that was the big issue. Don't got the right skins and don't got to win because of it. That's 50 to 38 to close game 2. We said lads have a shot in this series. Who would have thought that they'd be dominating at this point?
I will say as well, someone tweeted me and they've adjusted the logo for the lads and they've made the half a crosshair on the D, which would have definitely made more sense. I mean, but I'll just take a logo at this point. As long as they've got logos, I'm happy because lads are 1 game away from being in the grand final. And remember, this is a lads roster who lost in winners bracket round 1 today to Team Twisted. They have turned into a different kind of beast. They want it. They are hungry for this. Yeah. NaVi, off the back of, for the first time potentially upsetting Ascend, now find themselves needing a reverse sweep just to stay alive in this competition. Why are we losing to this team? We shouldn't be losing. They're not as well practiced as us. They haven't been in the team as long. You've got to make sure you've got the right mentality here. So I'm looking at Foxy on the side of NaVi as the in-game leader to pick up NaVi here and say, let's get back into this series here on Live Fire, Rob.
These boys are no strangers to pressure. No strangers to game 3 at a 2-0 deficit. I guarantee they got the mindset to make a comeback. We'll see if they can do it, though, because the trades to start the game here. Qristola will take 1. Ball out center, but he doesn't want it yet. He wants a piece of Jimbo first. Looks like he'll take the heat wave and the ball instead, though. So nice little setup for lads starting to form here.
Overshield's going to be popping, and the heat wave's going to be slapping. Almost manages to get 2. First one with the bank shot. Foxy does just about survive, but who got the overshield? Looks like NaVi might have been able to get it.
Oh my god.
A little bit more ball time is accumulated as he absorbs as much shots as humanly possible at that point, but 19 already on the board. I mean, being able to get, what, 1/5 of the way already at the start of that game, that's always going to be a good start.
A nice little setup, only temporarily, but something cooking here. We'll see. NaVi pick up the ball. They'll bring it back to A. Opportunity to counter. Looks like they're going to rotate it over to C instead. Morguh with a pickup, though. They're down numbers. Got to stay close together here. We'll see. Kimbo still getting ball time all as this takes place. Lads going to be looking for their opportunity to get that challenge in. Looks like Kimbo decides to cut his losses, toss the ball off. He'll do just that. He'll drop as well. And now Lads going to try to keep up the pressure for a little counter of their own.
Both teams trying to get that ball towards tower, by the way. Neither even thinking about a ball rotation towards garage. That's when the game gets scrappy. Instead, it's a more structured game when the ball is at tower. You set up, you get your kills, you hold the ball, the other team breaks the setup, you play the ball, rinse and repeat. If it's down towards garage area, it's very difficult to play that ball. There is the play from Qristola. So important he was able to do that.
Man slid into it. I'm not sure if he picked it up or if it was just his body sliding into it that was enough momentum to knock the ball off. Either way, he did his job. Lads with an opportunity to get that ball once again if they win their slays for it. There's 2 dead on the feed currently. Make it 3 as Jimbo cleans up another. That's ball in their hands. And back to C, like you said, rinse and repeat. Go for the tried and true setup. Worst case scenario, they play it if they need to, but all 4 members up. What a beautiful opportunity on top of the OS. I mean, look at this. Opportunities like this, they don't come too often.
They get the slays. Kimbo waits, delays the overshield, and now really wants to get it to work, but he just can't find the players. Does get naded from behind. Looks like he's eventually going to run into someone, or is he? Looks like a little lost lamb at the moment.
He's dead.
And this overshield has been depleted, and maybe hasn't had the impact that NaVi thought it would.
The full team was up with an opportunity to control the map, so they all decide to rotate together while the ball player stays at tower, but they completely missed their timing somehow. It's just got to be bad luck at that point, right? That they would come in there late and then end up getting picked off. Could have been such a big opportunity for them. Instead, stopped short by the Lads. We're going to continue to try to work to win pips here. Jimbo spots one, takes a beautiful triple, apparently. What else can he do? He spot the 4th. Morguh going to run away because at this point, Jimbo just hitting all the shots.
Oh, wow. Great teamwork being demonstrated by NaVi. Jimbo did get a little bit excited when went for the over. Doesn't matter. He was able to get the assist, and he was able to help out Kimbo to get some kills, as now NaVi looking to try and secure this ball and get set up once more. And now with the sniper rifle in hands, maybe Kimbo can start to pop off.
Kimbo had, what, like the smallest fraction of a second to even realize what was in his reticle before actually cleaning that one up. He'll drop down, scary position to put himself in, but can he connect? Oh, man, 2 repulsors in, just not enough to stop Sxptiq. Sxptiq with a chance with the snipe, 4 shots as well, so maybe he can turn the favor. 2 dead on the feed here. Ball up still. Sxptiq gonna rotate to it. Might be the one to collect it as well, but he's also got snipes, so we'll see how he plays this.
Overshield up in 5, so the lads are very aware of that, but so are NaVi. You have to give up sometimes your kind of structure and your setup to prioritize picking up that overshield. But when you've got the sniper rifle, you can watch it, but Sxptiq not able to connect with the shot. That could have made a real difference. Now the lads are going to have to play a little bit more defensive, just rack up the ball time whilst it's there. Maybe Sxptiq can do something from behind here, a little backstab action.
So much responsibility with the combo that he has. And so far he's connecting. Oh, man, if that player was not OS.
Done a job though, hasn't he?
What's that?
He's done a job. I mean, he's depleted the overshield. He's got the kill. That's exactly what you need from a player who's got those kind of weapons. And all the meanwhile, lads were still picking up ball time. They play it. It's down bottom middle once more. And in this whole cycle of pick up ball, set up at tower, refresh, play the ball, it seems like the lads are just coming out on top. They're just eking out that extra little bit of ball time here. And this is, again, I was going to say initiative from the lads saying, let's get that scrappy ball time. We don't have loads of control right now, but we're in a position where we can pick it up.
Lads not getting complacent, right? They win 2 games in a row. They know they're so close to greatness here. This is the time you put the pedal to the metal. You floor it and try to close out this game 3 here. Respectful going to do what he can to stop it, though, sliding back in 4th in the center of this doorway. He pick up the ball, but no real opportunity to rotate it here. And try to work together with his team. About to be a brawl out bottom center. Heat wave in hand could be useful if he can chase Sxptiq down with it. Sxptiq better keep running. Looks like Respectful can't get him for now. Ball still sits out, but lads still finding ways to get their hands on it. Beautiful little snap at a Respectful to delete 1, and there's 3 on the feed. NaVi, that's the moment they were waiting for.
Ball, though, played
Love
once
to
more.
play
The
ball.
lads, their objective work has been far better than Navi's, but Navi just need that one setup, you feel, and maybe it can all come from this. They've trapped the whole lads roster into the garage area. They're able to do a little bit of damage. They get that ball away, and now maybe this setup can finally happen for Navi. Foxy has control of the ball. He's trying to give the information. He's not just hiding away. He's also prepared to play it if they need to.
A bit of a loose setup. Gonna rotate it over to B. Gonna do it quickly, though. Gonna need to play the ball immediately and staying alive a little longer than you would have expected there. Gets a couple extra seconds, 65 now, just to keep it very close. Qristola still with the heat wave, though. We'll see if he can put it to work. All spawners up in A. Kimbo got quite the artillery to work with here. Let's see how he plays it.
Back of the head lines up perfectly, doesn't it? Killing spree for Kimbo.
Yep.
When Kimbo starts firing, by the way, he's one of the most terrifying players to go up against. I've faced him in matchmaking. I've watched him for years, and the man just does not miss. So if he starts hitting shots consistently with this sniper rifle, this could be round one going in their favor. There's the first body. Second doesn't matter because Jimbo is there with the grenades to clean up.
Yeah, the point is you don't peek that angle, that's for sure. The man was locking it down. Unfortunately for him, the split spawner, Qristola spawning up behind him, was an opportunity for them to take advantage of. Lads have that snipe. Qristola, can he make a play with it? Morguh with a pickup on the feet. So they're going to do what they can to neutralize that ball. 89 points out of NaVi, though, so they collected some pretty effective amount of time here. What else can they get, though? Not much out of Qristola. Oh, almost gets the kill on the Kimbo somehow, but Kimbo will finally take him out.
98 is going to tick over to 100, and round one going to NaVi, a very scrappy round one, but the lads, it looked like they were having better work with the objective, but as I said, all it took was one solid setup from NaVi, and maybe it was Kimbo just popping off a little bit to give them the ability to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and they will take round number one here. And maybe that could be the start of a reverse sweep here for NaVi, which would be the perfect birthday present for Jimbo. It's his birthday today, and I'm being told it's... Oh! Well, actually, I've heard it's your birthday as well, Shyway. Is it not? Well, happy birthday, sir. What a birthday present it is to cast some amazing Halo. Oh,
we've had some wonderful series today. I couldn't ask for a better birthday, Gaskin. And nice to know we got a couple people who share it. I think Phil Spencer shares the birthday, too. So we all January 12th babies.
There you go.
Best day to be born.
Phil Spencer, Shyway, and Jimbo. Greatness.
The trifecta.
On the same day. Nice shots coming out from Kimbo again, and ball control in the early stages going in favor of NaVi. So maybe they're starting to heat up a little bit, realizing how they want to play this game type. They want to play it the way they like to, rather than trying to play the lads game.
At what point did the lads start to get nervous is what I'm thinking. Because NaVi, they start to get momentum. They start to make a comeback in this series. Got one round under their belt. Lads, they're a new team. They've been under pressure, but not too many times in this situation. Once NaVi get that whiff, they're going to snap on the bodies here, right? So it's just a worrisome situation. And you can start to see it all coming together for NaVi.
I've got to say, a lot of it's coming down to Kimbo, just individually very talented right now. And I do feel like Kimbo is one of those players, though, where he can have amazing games, but he can also have real dud games. Sometimes he'll just try and do a little bit too much individually and finds himself away from the rest of the team. And that can leave the rest of the team pretty vulnerable to being 4v3'd. But when he's hitting shots with a sniper rifle, when he's individually on form, then suddenly NaVi, they're extra scary, and they look a lot more comfortable in round two than they did round one.
Lads doing what they can to pick up the pace, though. Nice little answer. Sxptiq with a double. Ball about to spawn. Bottom center. Can they keep the pressure up on the spawners here, though? Respectful. First victim. Can't even get the shield down in time. Sxptiq on top of it. Got the snipe in hand as well. Beautiful flank on the 2Foxy. 2Foxy will drop. Can he get out with the snipe, though? Needs an answer, and nothing will connect. Kimbo going to shut him down once again. Snipe now a hot potato. Jimbo wants hands on it. Can't quite get to it. The nades are there just to keep him away. And it looks like Kimbo couldn't make it to snipe either. He'll take the ball instead, though. And NaVi with a little rotation, a saving grace for now. But the pressure's still on for lads.
Kimbo just been able to get behind enemy lines as Respectful gets the ball, has the overshield, so he gets the beatdowns. And NaVi are far better at putting time on the board now in this game. They've realized they can't just allow this to be a scrappy one, because otherwise the lads are too closely contested. Instead, get in there, get that ball away from the lads, and then just play their game. Get the slays on the board. Allow the players like Kimbo, like Jimbo to start popping off and really picking up those kills, because then naturally ball time will happen around it.
The longer this game goes on, the more I feel like NaVi's just getting comfortable. We'll see. 46 and count. What's going on here? Where's lads in their contention right now? It just seems a little bit too quiet. Help bottom mid. Kimbo with a pickup on the feet. Respectful going to continue to collect time. All members of Lads just biding their time in A here. They got to move up. They're all dying as they tried to.
Jimbo tries to push in for his triple, but I have to say the Lads have been caught on a spawn cycle at the moment. 2 up, 2 dead, 2 up, 2 dead, and NaVi have taken full advantage of that. The Lads just haven't been able to wait for that perfect moment for all 4 of them, but maybe this could be the moment. Respectful and Foxy have been taken down, and the ball will be stolen away as Kimbo had positioned himself to maybe do some damage with the sniper. So this is a chance for the Lads to get back into this game.
Oh my god. The stare of death at a Kimbo as he stands still and holds the angle, knows he can hit it. That's the beauty of Halo that you don't see in other FPS games. It's, well, that too. It's just the shield system, right? The fact that you can stare someone down and know you have enough health to line up a shot. You can't see that in another game. Not like Halo. Let's see what Kimbo can do. The man's just getting more confident as this game goes.
Almost connects with it. Just hits the shoulder. And if he can continuously hit these shots, these body shots even, just does so much damage. And elsewhere, the beatdowns have been able to come through to clean up these kills. And I think we're slowly starting to get towards now NaVi getting back into this series with a game of their own as Kimbo manages to catch Morguh unawares. 72 points on the board. And this one is slowly but surely going in favor of NaVi.
The Lads, becoming more and more absent from this game, it seems. 82 and counting, but it just seems so uncontested. Not sure what's going on, if they're just getting completely outslayed off a spawn here. Going to throw the snipe and the ball off map. But at this point, a very comfortable lead on the side of NaVi, and the Lads need an answer. Because if they go down like this game 3, what precedent does that spell for the series? Quad, I love the attempt. It does lead to a trade, but the ball in the hands of NaVi again.
Respectful just leaving it for now. NaVi know they don't need to desperate it at this point, but they will pick up whatever they can have. Qristola dropping the weapon to get the kill, but is it going to be a little bit too late? A couple of slays going in favor of the Lads, but NaVi just holding on to that ball. Respectful is bottom middle. Ticks over to 98. Can they stop him just before it's 100? Yes, they can. Just about.
The Lads going to save this game at 99, but is it winnable at this point? We need to play perfectly. They'll take it back to tower. They do have teammates up. Got one trade in the feed. Quadio's doing what he can center map. The nade's coming into tower. That ball drops out. I don't think it dropped where he intended to drop it. No opportunity to play, and NaVi can pick it up for the easy collection and a 2-0 on the rounds here. That's going to bring NaVi to 2-1, but I think it did more damage than just 2-1 in this series, guys.
Yeah, I think NaVi, now that will give them the confidence going into the rest of the series, the belief that they can still win this. An objective game, which is a difficult one to navigate, is Oddball on live fire. Certainly, if you don't get those setups, if you can't control those spawns, you certainly leave yourself vulnerable to a potential spawn cycle. If you're on the receiving end of it, it just pushing over and over and over again into sniper rifles, into heat waves. It just gets mind-numbing at times. It's so tough if you don't play it correctly. The reason why we're seeing so many teams finishing in these sporadic positions throughout EU results is because it matters about who you're facing, where you're seeded, because some teams just match up better against others, but then will lose against another team who might have beaten the team that beat you. I know that sounds complicated, but if you think about it, it does work. It does. Because all these playstyles are very different in the moment. No one has found the perfect way to play Halo just yet.
We'll see if Lads can take advantage of that. Well, the opportunity is still there for them. Jimbo going to fly in off the rip, though. A couple trades going to come through, and Sxptiq going to take advantage to start rockets up, and Respectful not going to waste time to get to him. Looks like he just narrowly skates by with it too. Look, opening time on board for Lads, but with Respectful and these rockets, that could change very quickly. Got his teammates with him top map. They still managed to hold positioning at the very least. The cavalry's here. It's about to be a brawl here in the red room. Sinks them both in. Can't get a second kill, so maybe not the best case scenario, but it's enough to get the B.
And I wasn't expecting greatness when it's NaVi with rockets. It hasn't historically gone very well today, but at least Respectful does get a kill. So he fires 2 just to be sure, because some of them have gone a little bit skew with. And now NaVi regain control. But as they do that, Lads are trying to take A. And if Lads can take A, they get the higher side of the map, and they can all push towards B, but they don't manage to secure A. So NaVi doing really well to reset that one temporarily. The Lads are still contesting it, while Sxptiq's having a little battle down towards C, and he'll push up with teammates towards B now.
AC holding the side of Lads. Sxptiq with a rotation to B. A great opportunity to draw their attention while he's here. Couple trades on the feed. Shotgun out of Morguh. Morguh with a double, too, on the feed. So really starting to put that shotgun to work here. That gives him A, B, and C. Trip cap on board. Spawner's going to be up on C side here. Limited options for NaVi as they try to get back into C immediately. But the entirety of lads, they're so aware of this. They can snap right on him and take him out immediately. So here's the pressure, right? We talked about it coming into the series. Do you kind of hold your ground, or do you just suffocate him off a spawn?
Well, they've suffocated them indeed, and Quad is going to now try and take C back. It's a 1 versus 1. Respectful versus Quadios. AR in hand. Should be able to finish the kill. So now they will give up B, but they'll still be scoring because they're going to be taking C. And now the collapse will come through. NaVi looking a little bit lost at the moment, just trying to get their footing into the game. But off spawn, they're just trying to do anything to escape the shots of the lads. Finally, Respectful picks up a kill, but kills have gone elsewhere that the lads have taken A once more, or kept A, should I say. They reset it. So now they can prioritize B whilst NaVi are trying to take C. It's just like clockwork.
Lads with just an advantage that they're holding on to here. And the time is very quickly turning in their favor, too. 87 points off of it. Kimbo and team will try to get to A immediately, but there's a line of defense. The Rockets just seem to work for lads every time. Beautiful display. Double for him. Opportunity for a little more. Snaps for the triple. And that's enough damage to keep NaVi at bay here. They do have A and C despite it, though. Jimbo going to try to get advances onto B. Teammate with him. Still collect that. Picks up Morguh along the way. And all of a sudden, NaVi turned the tables. Unless Qristola can put a stop to it. Looks like he can.
That was a really good spawn there for NaVi. Jimbo just being able to stay alive after the triple on the other side for Qristola, but Kimbo then spawned in PD, and because of that, they were able to quickly take B after the A capture, just to get some points on the board, just to stop the bleeding ever so slightly. And on the lads, after taking A, can look to try and collapse on B here. So this is going to be a real huge battle on B side. And it's NaVi who lose the first player, but Respect will answer back at the very least.
Wow, Kimbo. Dangerous game to play. The man's one shot. He goes up into red room, gets tagged along the way, taken out. Respectful with an excellent defensive kill. He's got a teammate to collect B, picks up the shotgun, and a line of defense he can work with here. BC hold. Opportunity to come back, but immediate presence in C out of lads, and Respectful, instead of rotating, he's going to play defense here and just wait for somebody to come to him. And that might work out for him. Morguh going to dip back and forth into this fight. Not a lot he can do. And look at Respectful. He caught an opportunity here. And he's going to chase it down.
Oh.
Can he get it, though? Jesus. Sxptiq being, quite the bunny rabbit. I don't know what to say there.
Just hopping around as best as he can to stay alive. NaVi have also secured the rockets and now will secure the trip cap temporarily, but B is being taken. But here comes the collapse from NaVi, doing exactly what the lads had done to them previously. They should be able to get the reset onto B. Okay, it was captured, but it doesn't matter. They can overturn it. They know that the lads are going to be towards A. And whilst they're constantly stuck on this spawn cycle, NaVi are going to continue this pressure. They're going to continue this momentum, and the lads need to stop this bleeding quickly.
NaVi just finding their footing mid-game. Kimbo going to pick one up on the Sxptiq. Spawners up in PD. They'll spread out. You got Morguh just waiting in the wings here. And 2Foxy so ready for it. A spree for him. He'll pick up a double on top of it. NaVi, they're cooking at this point. Immediately come back and take their score. And Sxptiq off a spawn will manage to turn one, but lads fighting for the back foot all of a sudden. And they look so confident just 2 minutes ago.
It is really interesting to see that different maps favor certain players. Respectful really shining on a map full of close quarters engagements where you can kind of duck behind walls, you can hide just through short alleyways to get in and out of fights. Whereas Kimbo not maybe is performing as well as he did on Live Fire, a map that of course has the sniper rifle, but Foxy, another player who's really enjoying himself on this close quarter map.
2Foxy just hit a crouch jump from tires straight up to the planter there, which is very, very difficult to connect, but he made it look so easy. And kept his weapon ready, so nice little connection that he created. And all that comes together to apply pressure. Of course, as I say it, the lads with a temporary trip cap, so they've turned the favor back. Quad, Morguh, Qristola going to pick up 3 on the feed, and the timing is perfect, too. Rocket's about to spawn. Bit of a split spawn in PD. Got a couple players going to spawn in the alley as well, so they got to be quick to collapse here and figure it out. You got Quad just kind of waiting with the angle. NaVi in position for the Rockets. Big trade. You can see Quad does not want to give up his vantage point, but where did the Rockets go? The hands of 2Foxy.
Oh, NaVi Rockets going to strike again. Yes, they are. Sxptiq able to get the The trade, well, it wasn't even a trade in the end. Gets the kill, gets one rocket, and I think that's been the story of NaVi in this series, is not getting those rocket kills. Arguably, even though it was a good time for the rockets to come up for the lads, it was a worse time to come up for NaVi because they had to prioritize them, and all the meanwhile, it was a trip cap. The lads had scored so much points during that time. A double kill for Sxptiq, and the lads are getting closer and closer to this grand final. NaVi need to switch up. They need to turn things up. Otherwise, lads are going to turn them down.
You know what, Gaskin? I'm convinced that 2Foxy has cursed the team with the rockets after he killed himself in that first Streets game that we watched when he jumped and shot the... Oh, yep, trip cap, sure. But, and maybe a game, honestly, off of it, too. Here I am, focused on the rockets. What's more important, Qristola, Sxptiq going to take... Well, they got the trip cap on hand, and there's nothing NaVi can do to get in. Lads can pull away with the series off this. And so quickly, they take advantage. Here I am thinking about 2Foxy cursing the team with the rockets. Instead, you know, what really happened was, holy Jesus.
Yeah, another
Lads
trip cap.
pull away.
I mean, we've just seen the lads make grand finals. They knock out NaVi. NaVi, after having their first online grand finals last week, are not able to replicate that. The lads just seem to get better and better, dropping from winners bracket round one today and having the lower bracket of dreams, game after game. They keep improving. They got to the grand finals. They get a matchup against Ascend. That is, I mean, no one expected that. No one would have thought that the lads would have come back from what happened earlier on today in the winners bracket round one against Team Twisted, and now they're guaranteed top 2 in the grand final.